It's recording now. Hi guys, it's Blair here, and I'm here with my partner Daniel.
Hello.
I've decided to do something different for a change and see how it goes. I've asked Daniel to go into my room and pick out some books for me to read. I'm quite scared about his options. I don't know what they are. They're in this bag, and I thought it'd be interesting to make a video to see, what people, recommendations, or I don't think he's read these books, but he's just picked them out based on what he thinks felt right for me. Again, with my twitching eye, I'm sorry if you see that twitching, it's a bit of stress. So, so I'll start, and I'll, ask Daniel why he picked the book, or what he thought about what would interest me. Obviously all the books I want to read at one point, but let's just start. And here is the bag. And these are books that I can read over time. They're just books that he picked, so I'm kind of really scared. And he said he gave me massive books, so I'm even more scared because you guys know it takes me ages to read a massive book. So the first book that he picked up is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susan Clark. And why did you pick this book? Because it was huge and you wanted to torture me, or?
No, because you got that a little while ago, and it's something that you haven't really touched on. It's a different author, not one that you're familiar with, so...
Is it something that you'd like to read at some stage too?
Maybe, I don't know.
Just for the record, guys, it has like nearly 1,000 pages in it, so it might take me the rest of the year to read it. So that's the first book. Oh god.
You're fine.
Oh my god, it feels like there's this massive book in here. The next book is The Book Thief by Mark Zuzak. And why did you pick this book?
I thought I'd pick a book about books.
Why is that?
I mean, it seems very you.
And I haven't read this book, and I actually was wanting to read this book this year, so it's good that someone prompted me to read it, because I actually think this is one of the first books that I ever owned. I've had it since before I met you, I think. So I haven't read it.
It's got one of your printing stickers on the back.
Yeah, I know. I usually know which books I've had for the longest because I labelled them, and so I've had this on my shelf for probably going on 4 years.
And you still haven't read it.
Since we've been together almost 4 years. So that is a good book. The Slap, which I'm going to give you after this for giving me all these books. The Slap by Christopher Tisolikas? What do you think?
Theologous, I think. I don't know.
This one's 7 million pages too. So why did you give me The Slap? Or why did you pick The Slap?
Because you've been talking about it after you got it for quite some time, and again, you haven't read it, so...
Why do you think that is?
I just keep picking books that you sort of rave about quite a bit to me, and then don't end up reading.
No,
I
except
think
on my shelf.
You should read them.
I know why you want me to read this book. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So Daniel, why do you want me to hurry up and read this book?
So I can read it.
And why is that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I also have this little rule that
I'm not allowed to read any of her books until after she's read them first.
So I like to take my book's virginity in not so much pleasant terms. So usually Daniel, we're starting to borrow each other's book, which is something new for me. But he came into my room the other day when I was reading Beautiful Creatures, and he's like, I want to start City of Bones, where is the first book? And I said, that's not going to happen, because I haven't read it yet, so you can't touch it.
She's so mean.
Let's just propel that book forward. And I do want to read it too this year, because the movie's coming out at the end of the year, and I already started reading it. It just wasn't the right book at the right time, but I do definitely want to read it. I have pretty much the series, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to read it too. And the last book would be is that the first book in the series?
Yep.
Awesome.
I made sure to check.
The next book is Rochelle Mead, Succubus Blues, which is the first book apparently in the series, and I've had this for a long time as well, I think.
Well, I mean, I saw the second book in the library when I was browsing through stuff a little while ago.
And you were wondering.
And I saw that you had the same one on the shelf, and I figured, might as well grab the first book.
So you guys know how I love me some supernatural, or supernatural, it's more so urban fantasy, I guess. And I am kind of always on the lookout for succubus and incubus books because I just like that concept, and it'd be interesting to read about a succubus, I guess, because most of the time I don't read about like different sorts of demons and etc. I just read about the generic kind of demons. So is that why you picked that one up?
Well, yeah, I mean, you haven't been reading a whole lot of supernatural books lately, so...
Reading two at the same time?
More like...
Adult?
Yeah.
Like for urban fantasy. I tend to read a lot of... I tend to gravitate towards more YA books, which is kind of strange, but not at the same time because I'm so used to reading it, so I forget to read like the urban fantasy books. I think the last one I read was Red-Headed Stepchild, so... I'm reading two supernatural books at once, so that will probably push down a bit. But so out of all those books, besides City of Bones, since I know you want to read that, so I'm just going to hold off on that now.
That's so mean.
Which one do you think that I should start first?
I think you should either start with The Book Thief or Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
And why do you think that?
Well, you've had The Book Thief for ages. And Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell seems interesting, and it's also by an author that you really, I mean, it's her first book, I think, from reading the blurb on the back, so, you know,
Something
find a
different.
new author, I guess.
Which I'm always interested in doing. I will show you guys the books, and if you agree with Daniel, let me know. If you think I should read another book out of this collection, let me know. It'd be interesting to see if you guys wanted to do something like this, or if you just want to comment and say, yep, that sounds like an interesting idea, or yeah, you really should read those books because you should. So I always say that. So that is the collection that Daniel has chosen for me, which will be going into my room to sit there for another 4 years. No, I'm going to try and get through this actually. It might be good to read a couple of them this year. If I can at least read 2 this year, I'll be quite happy. And they're big books too, so most of those can pass for my big book challenge. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall be... I shall be bringing Daniel into some more of my videos. Yeah. Okay guys, I shall see you later, and have a great weekend. Bye.